Welcome to the Lotco Business Podcast, a show all about helping you as a retailer, brand, or creative understand the actual business side of running your business. I offer straightforward, practical advice about the nitty-gritty of making money from your creative passion. We will be covering bite-sized business and marketing lessons, as well as interviews with experts and trailblazers in the fashion, homewares, and design industries. My name is Melissa Robbins. I'm a business coach, colour-loving, non-coffee drinking Melburnian. Let's get into it. Hello and welcome to today's podcast. My name is Melissa Robbins. I am super excited to be here today because this is my first new recording for 2023. So really pumped to get into things again and really get going. I've had such great feedback over the last few months on the podcast and how many people have been binging it and really loving the content that gets put out. So here I am sharing again. I'd love to hear what sort of stuff that you really resonates with you, whether you want to have more guests or whether you like these little snippets that I do, 5, 10, 15 minutes, just to give you a few little hits on things that can help you in your business. Let me know. I'd love to hear. So what I'm going to do today is just have six tools to help you in your product business. And these are tools that I think every product business should have to help save you time, save you money, really make life a lot easier for you in your business. So here we go. Let's just get straight into them. Number one is Zapier. Now, if you haven't heard of Zapier, please go get it right now. Do yourself a favor. Now, you can have most of these things, you can have free versions, by the way, as well, but you can also have versions that are paid, and depends on how much you're going to use these sort of things, depends on what level you might get into. But free version of Zapier is available, and what it is, it's a software connector. So it connects up all different types of softwares and software systems and really helps automate lots of things in your business. What you can do on Zapier is go onto Zapier and type in a software that you might already have, like for example, Shopify, and it will give you a whole list of things that it's going to do that other businesses do or other people do in their business using that software. I use it a lot for linking between my my website and my email system. So then people jump into the right segment, they get pushed to the right workflow. I use it a lot for using Google Forms, using Google Workspace, which I'll get to is one of the things that I want to have included in here as well. So Zapier, go and check out what things it can do. A few people have shown in my programs have been like mind blown that what it actually can do and how they've started to use it in their business. So I'd love to hear how you use it and what you do after this as well, after you've listened and you start using it maybe from the very beginning. All right. That's number one. Number two is having a website tracking on your actual e-commerce website. So something like Hotjar. Hotjar tracks behavior of what people are doing on your website. It looks at what things that they're clicking on. It looks at how long they scroll on certain things or how long they take to read through certain things. It looks at what pages they're clicking through to. It tells you when people exit as well. And so you can sort of see if they've jumped off after a certain thing or something's annoyed them and it hasn't quite worked properly. So you can see all those things on Hotjar. So I highly recommend that you add your website to it, and you can get a certain number of free recordings every month before you have to start paying. But you can really start to see what behavior people take on your website and essentially stalk, what they're doing. Obviously, you don't know who they are and where they've, coming in from. You might be able to see IP areas, but you can't see exactly, where anyone is or anything like that. So that's number two. Number three is Google Workspace. Now, I did mention this just before, and looking at using Google Workspace in all its areas. So there's just so much that it can do to help you save time in your business. It also can help keep things in one place. You might have all your imagery in your Google Drive. You might, if you're a retail store and you sell lots of different brands, you might have all your different brands' image files in your Google Drive, and that might be shared with someone who's going to upload things to your website or to you who's using it for content. So having all those things in one place can really just streamline everything essentially. Now, other things in Google Workspace, things like it can host your email, obviously. You can have a Gmail account or a Google account, but it can still have your domain name as the end. So, for example, my emails are through Google, but it's hello@thelotco.com.au because I use my domain, thelotco.com.au. to use it. So you can connect those up. So Google Sheets, Google Docs, they can be great for collating information, keeping track of information, analyzing your data, seeing what's going on. You can get Zapier to send you reports from Shopify and push them into an Excel spreadsheet every day, and it gives you like data then that you can track and see trends that might be happening on there as well. There's just so many different things you can do. So make sure that you tap into, when you go into Google, you can see the little dots on the top of the web browser, and it will drop down and show you all the different things that Google Workspace has in it. And there's lots of different people who run through all those different things of what it can do for you. So make sure you check that out. Hello, lovely. If you're looking for a way to grow your product business without relying on Facebook ads or posting daily on social media, then I invite you to register for my free masterclass. This is happening very, very soon, and inside of this masterclass, I'm sharing the strategy behind building a profitable product-based business so you can attract consistent customers and scale to 6 figures and beyond. I also emphasize how to create a sustainable long-term business, which is such an important factor for me. I'm so excited to be teaching this masterclass soon, so make sure you go and register for your free spot by heading to the link in the show notes below. Right, number 4 is, I mentioned previously, just then, a point of sale system. You have to have a point of sale system. Now, of course, some people might be thinking, well, of course you do, Mel. Like, why would I not have that? Anyone who has a website who sells online has a point of sale system. It may be your Shopify or WooCommerce or WordPress that you use, or Square. They're all different ones, obviously, on Squarespace. But what you need to do is make sure that you have one that gives you the information you need. So don't just get the cheapest, which I see lots of people do. Get one that actually gives you the right data, gives you the right information, allows you to create reports, allows you to track what's going on, allows you to connect with things like Zapier to connect everything together. Now, for a point of sale system in store, if you're a physical retail store, believe me, there's still people who have manual and they don't have anything. I've worked with quite a few of them. Still, make sure you have a really good system that can connect to, say, your online system as well. So if you use Lightspeed or something like that in store, it can then connect to your point of sale Shopify. If you use Revel is another one that I've seen people use. Used to be Vend, but now one of them is Lightspeed. You can use Shopify point of sale. There's all different ones you can use, but as long as they talk to each other, your online system and your in-store system, so that you're not trying to manage stock getting taken off, or if it's sold during the shop during the day. And I say that because that's what I used to have to do, where whatever I sold in store on during the day, I would mark down, and then later that night I would go onto the computer, go onto my website and take them off. And of course, you're always going to get things that you forget to do, and you sell them online. You might have had it for 6 months, but as soon as you sell it in store, you'd sell it online that same day without having to take it off, because that's Murphy's Law. So anyway, just make sure that you have a really good point of sale system that gives you information that analytics you can read, you can see what's going on, you can see best sellers, you can understand, when you're going to run out of certain stock. All of those things are really important to be able to visualize and see and pull out of your system. So that's number 4. Number 5 is make sure you have an easy to use, something that's good for you, a video and photo editing app. Whether you might be using Photoshop or you might be using Lightroom. Like, that is something that lots of people may have that skill. If you don't, and if you just want to do things quick and easy, which again, most people probably do, something like InShot is great. You can easily add lots of different photos together and create a video with them. You can crop and edit and, change the photos or filter the photos and stuff like that too. So that one is a really great one for creating content quickly and easily on the go. If you have to do lots of different content that has to come out, you can edit things in there as well. So that's InShot app. Number 6 is the email management system. Now, again, this might seem obvious to some of you because you're like, well, yeah, I have to have that because I've got an email database. Still, people that I work with don't have an email system, or they might have one, but they're not quite using it as well as what they should be. every product business, every business really, service-based as well, but every product business needs to have an email management system. And you need to use it in a way that allows you to service your customers better. So an email management system, I'll just throw a few examples out for you because everyone has a different one. There's no perfect one or best one that you should use. Lots of people on e-commerce that I know use Klaviyo because it is a good e-com one. There's ones like ConvertKit, ActiveCampaign, Flowdesk is something that I use, and I really love that for those who are just getting into email systems because it is something that you can easily use yourself, and they're getting better and better all the time as well. MailChimp is an older one, which again, I used to hate, but I actually think they're getting better and better, and I think they're not as bad as what they used to be. So there's all those options out there. Use one that you can use and use one that makes it easier for you, again, to segment your customers, to make lists and tags for your customers so then you can understand, where customers are coming from. I spoke to someone the other day and they said, they know they have the database, but they're not really sure whether the customers are coming from in-store or whether they're just online customers. So that's something that you really should know. You should really, be able to tag your customers who are in-store customers with a certain, tag or trigger, like it might just say retail in-store. And then, you might have other customers that just come through other ways on your website. So they've got no connection. They've never been into your retail store before. And that might be something you might have to do a survey, or it just might be something that you've got a retail point of sale, so then you can cross-check and see which ones match up or don't. So having an email management system that you have great templates in for your emails, you can segment your audience so that you've actually got different ways and you don't send out every email that you send to everyone. You've got some that you might send if you've got a particular brand dropped into store, you might just send it to that customer. You might have a list of VIPs on your email system who are your 30 best customers that you these are my best. So you might just send particular emails just to those customers. Or you might have customers who, don't buy that often, but when they do, they sort of, do quite a good order. So maybe you just make sure that every 6 months you send something to those people. So really using your system to service your customers better, essentially. And within that email system too, you should also have workflows set up. So automation set up, sequences set up to nurture and welcome the new customers who come onto your list as well. So let's just go from the top there. We have 6 tools that you should all be using in your product business. So number 1 is Zapier. Number 2 is the website tracking, Hotjar. Number 3 is Google Workspace. Number 4 is a point of sale system, or Shopify is my preferred online one. Number 5 is the InShot photo editing. Number 6 is an email management system. Now, when I first wrote this, I did it a couple of weeks ago, and then I've come back and gone, hang on a second, I actually do need to add one more in here now, which I'm just going to add as a little bonus because I like to overshare and always add a little bit extra, is ChatGPT. Now, if you haven't heard of ChatGPT, get onto it, check it out, see what it does. Blows my mind all the things that it can possibly do. So essentially it is an AI system that if you ask it a question, it'll generate conversational text back to you in a way that you can use to write blog posts, you can write emails with it, you can answer questions on frequently asked questions. It is just an amazing tool, quite scary in some ways, but it can just do so much to help save time in your business. So you might just say, write an email on, write a blog post on, 10, I could actually do something like this, 6 tools you help you in your product business. I might have actually done that, but I didn't. But that might be something that you can actually do, and it'll spit out the information for you. Or write an email, that does this, this, and this. Or someone used it the other day. I saw one of my friends showed me how they use it for writing a job description. Write a job description for this particular role. And it was just amazing. Anyway, check it out. If you haven't already, ChatGPT, you would have heard people talk about it, and, there's lots of articles written on it and stuff too. So see how you could possibly use it in your business. And the more you practice it and get better at asking the right questions, then the better it is for you as well. All right. So that is 7, because as I said, can't help but overshare. 7 tools to help you in your product business, and tools that I think everyone should use, whether you use the free versions, the pro versions, or the advanced versions. Definitely check them out. They all will save you time and money and streamline parts of your business and systemize parts of your business. Things like the Google Workspace I go through in quite in Zapier, quite a lot of detail in lots of my programs. So we look at automations and setting up workflows and how to streamline and make life easier in your business so you're not repeating the same tasks again and again. So check them out. Let me know if you need help with any of these things, or if you want to let me know how you use them in your business too. I would love to hear how you do. Look forward to sharing more with you again next week, and I'll speak to you soon. Thank you so much for listening to the Lotco Business Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please make sure you subscribe to receive future episodes as they are released. And I'd be so grateful for a review on Apple Podcast. If you would like a copy of the show notes or any of the links mentioned today, please jump onto my website at thelotco.com.au/podcast. Have an amazing week, and I look forward to chatting to you again soon.